Biafra, where you dey? We dey wait for you to come our way. Simon Ekpa, you dey fight like lion, keeping Biafra safe from Zion. Oh mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie, our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. We Simon Ekpa, we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout, Mama Biafra, yeah, I'll call no doubt. Enemies close, but we stand up tall. Together we rise, we no go follow. Oh Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie, our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. In unity we go dey strive, fight for freedom we go alive. With courage and strength we dey fight. Mama Biafra, our guiding light. Your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie, our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. Simon Ekpa, we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout, Mama Biafra, yeah, I call no doubt. Enemies close but we stand tall. Together we rise, we no go fall.
To remain in the spirit, because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace. Under our command, O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said,
we're not going to stop. God knows we can never stop until Biafra is restored. We are peace-loving people. We abhor death and killing of another soul. It's in our nature, that's how we are. But because of that, they have been coming and killing us all these years. We've kept quiet. They've been killing and killing and killing quiet. We have a case at the ICC. We have a case at Africa Union. We have a case of, what else again? Pending before the UN. in New York. We've been to Geneva to tender our case. Before UN, till today, nothing. In fact, the more we complain to them, the more they come to abduct and rape our children, the more they come to kill us, the more they want to take over our land and our forests. And who told them that's going to be possible in our time? In a time, in a movement that I lead, you think you can come into our land and take it over? Oh dear. That means you don't know who
I want you people to understand that the liberation of Biafra has entered the highest stage in the history of Biafra. Not even during the war. I am telling you, it has entered the highest stage ever. And we are going to do everything humanly possible in this life to restore Biafra. Everything humanly possible will be done. And I want you people to understand that the Biafra liberation is step by step, segment by segment, plan by plan, executions by execution. We'll be executing those plans according to the template till the last one. And Biafra.
Let us go talk about the objective of your struggle and how do you intend to achieve it in practical terms?
In practical terms, it is civil disobedience. The same way that Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. accomplished civil rights in America, the same way that Mahatma Gandhi led India to independence out of British colonial rule, the same principles we are applying, and might I add, very successfully too. We will do everything possible to unravel and unshackle the zoo called Nigeria. Everything humanly possible. No stone will be left unturned. We will sacrifice everything sacrificable. Material, life, blood will throw into.
And we will do everything humanly possible to see the Biafra exit. We are not the one bringing violence to Nigeria state. Rather, Nigeria aggression must be responded with aggression. That aggression is self-defense.
In the area of any indictment or anything, because we know our prime minister didn't do anything wrong. He is doing exactly what we are doing. All the killings that the Southeast and South delegitimized governors are doing, that is what our prime minister Simon Ekpa was preventing. That is what Nnamdi Kanu was preventing. And the whole world have seen how Finland took away our prime minister. And within that period, hundreds of innocent Biafrans have been murdered by Christopher Musa and Tinubu using the reintegrated terrorists that they imported into the Nigeria territory. That is what is going on. And that is something that Biafrans have risen up and said, no more. So we are still waiting for Finland to accuse our prime minister of anything. They've held our prime minister going to almost 3 months now, 90 days. He did not commit any crime. But from what Finland has done, we have now discovered there is a history of what Finland is doing to suppress Christians, to suppress freedom of speech, and to destroy innocent Biafrans using the globalist agenda, which Finland is part of right now.
Welcome. Thank you for joining me on this very quick evening program. I welcome everyone that has connected. Please, as you join, invite somebody to join us. It's going to be a very quick one. I'm not going to take much of your time on this very Sunday sermon. It is Sunday. I wish you all a very happy Sunday. Every one of you know where we are, and you know the platform where you are watching is a platform that is under the United States of Biafra. You know that in this platform, we do not preach violence, we do not antagonize people, we do not come here to preach hate, All we do is to propagate the gospel of Biafra, speak the truth and nothing but the truth, and debunk all the lies against us. And I have come this evening, on today being Sunday, on this very Sunday sermon, to speak to Biafran people. So many of us have gone to church and come back. Some of us are still in the church, and some are preparing to go. For our brothers and sisters who are Christians, I wish you a very happy Sunday. And wherever you are, please remember to pray for the restoration of Biafra fully. Pray for the men on the ground. Pray for our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze. Pray for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Pray for our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Wherever you find yourself, please do not forget to pray. Today is Sunday, is the day that Christians go to their various places to worship as agreed. So if you are a Christian and you're worshiping today being Sunday, don't forget to pray for your nation, Biafra. Biafra is our nation. We don't have any other one except that, and we must have to protect it and do everything humanly possible to see that Biafra is fully restored on the ground and recognized. That is where we are. I welcome every one of you. It is Sunday sermon, and in this Sunday sermon, I decided to put a link so that people can join me. I'm not going to waste time here. I'm not going to waste time like we do in other days. Tomorrow, we're going to have our normal program in the morning hours. So it's going to be a very quick one. But if you want to join me and make a contribution or ask a question, please do join the program as early as possible, because I'm not going to waste too much of time. So I appreciate everyone. As you are joining, please kindly like and share. Remember, the social media network is not our friend. They're not helping us to promote our program. It is you that will help to promote this program. So I urge you to like and share wherever you are watching from. Make sure you invite somebody to join us. I welcome every one of you once again. My fellow Biafrans that are watching wherever you are watching from, first of all, I have to appreciate every Biafran that participated on yesterday's fundraising. It was amazing. Yesterday was a very great day, as Biafrans have agreed to raise funds to defend their land. Yesterday was a very important day, and Biafrans participated in full, and it was amazing. Questions were asked and answered, and the response of Biafrans were amazing. I appreciate everyone that participated in that fundraising yesterday. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect every one of you. Whatever you have contributed to the security of your land, it is not in vain, and Chukwu Okike Abiama will reward you in 1,000-fold. Every dime you have contributed, Chukwu Okike Abiama will reward you in 1,000-fold. And those who are still willing to make their contribution, please do so. The contribution is made online. The donation is made online. The link is there. Just go to our platforms. You're going to see the link. You see the flyer, you're going to see the link. Just make sure you type it properly and follow up properly, and you can make your donation wherever you are to secure your land. What we are doing is self-defense. That is what it is called. The Biafran are trying to defend themselves. The United States of Biafra is ongoing today trying to defend Islam, which is their primary responsibility. The primary responsibility of every government is to defend life and property of its own people wherever they are. And that is what the United States of Biafra is doing today. More especially in our homeland. We know that our land today, our country is under occupation. Our country is under occupation by Nigerian terrorist forces. They have been there constituting nuisance, taking innocent lives, destroying lives and property. And we cannot just fold our hands and continue to watch them. That is why the government of Biafra, United States of Biafra, under the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, today has continued to encourage Biafrans, to galvanize Biafrans, bring Biafrans together to make contribution for self-defense. Self-defense, that is what we are seeing today. And self-defense is the right of every human being. I have said it time and time again. Chukwu Okike Abiama himself instituted self-defense in everything that he's created. Every living thing that Chukwu Okike created, he placed self-defense in them. They have a defensive mechanism, including plants and animals. Chukwu Okike Abiama put in them self-defense. There is no plant today that you want to destroy unnecessarily that will be silent. There are some plants when you touch them carelessly, you will pay for it. Some they will even take your life. Ordinary plant. There are some plants that if you touch them carelessly without covering your hand, if you touch them with empty hand, or you touch them, you didn't wash your hand, you eat with that hand, you are gone. All those things you see in those plants, and they are all self-defense placed in them by Chukwukabia, a defensive mechanism. The same thing with animal. Every single animal that is created on this planet Earth has their self-defense. They have a means of defending themselves. There is no way you will come after them and they just fold their hand and watch you take their life. They will never. That defensive mechanism, it is planted by Chukwukabia himself. And that is why human being created in the image of God, you are the one that is supposed to display that self-defense to the highest level. And you can see the international communities, the international law accepts it. Naturally, international law knows, everybody living on the planet knows that self-defense is something that is natural, that everything that anybody you come against must respond. It is your right to respond. But some of us have decided to put away this right. Some government try to talk their people away from this right. More especially, Nigerian government have made people so fearful that they have been made to understand they cannot even defend themselves when there is danger. But in the United States of Biafra, that has changed. The government of United States of Biafra under Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze today has legitimized it, put it on law that it is your right to defend yourself with everything at your reach. It has been explained by our Prime Minister, and today put to law, signed to law. It is today signed to law under the United States of Biafra, on the leadership of Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, the Deputy Prime Minister. So you wouldn't say you didn't know. So if you carelessly keep yourself and they take you away, don't blame anybody. The only person you have to blame is yourself. Most times they make us afraid of defending ourselves by tagging us different kinds of names. Sometimes they call you secessionist, sometimes they call you a terrorist, sometimes they call you a troublemaker, sometimes they call you there are so many kinds of names they give you in order to drive your mind away from defending yourself. But I bet you, when they call you those names, they are a badge of honor, because that is not what you are. It only shows that you are doing the right thing and you're fighting the right battle. And the right thing every sensible person should do is that when you see them talking against you, when you see your enemy talking against you on certainty, you better begin to do that and do it more, because you are on the right track. But when you see yourself doing something and your enemy, your arch enemy, is praising you, when you see yourself doing something and your enemy is not even concerned about you or is praising you, run for your life and change your direction. Know that your death is very close. My fellow Biafrans that are watching, I want to tell every Biafran, wherever you are, more especially people in Biafra land, if you are living outside Biafra land, please encourage your friends and families to defend themselves. Encourage them to have a defensive mechanism at all times. Tell them to get a defensive mechanism around them wherever they go, in whatever they do. It is very, very important. What we are saying in our platforms, you can't hear it any other place. In the Zoological Republic, other state governors in the northern part of Nigeria, we go and encourage their own people to defend themselves. We have seen several videos where the governors in the north, we are advising their people to defend themselves. They should not wait. They should defend themselves. They should not wait for the police or the army or whatever. But in the Biafra land, more especially in the southeast, the governors will tell you to continue to pray. They will tell you not to respond. They will tell you to run away. In United States of Biafra, we don't do that. That is why we are preaching the right message for you. Self-defense. Defend yourself whenever the enemies are coming. Your defending yourself does not mean that the government will not come to your rescue. I bet you the United States of Biafra government will come to your rescue. The Liberation Army will come to your rescue. But on your own, you have to do something before they arrive. You must do something before they arrive. It is very, very important and necessary. You must do something. You must begin to do something to guide yourself, protect yourself before the enemies arrive. It is very, very important. Happy Sunday, my beloved sister Stella Uzoka. Happy Sunday. So, you must learn to protect yourself, whether you are living home or abroad. If you're living abroad, make sure your people have a defensive mechanism. Advise them, encourage them to put a defensive mechanism. There are several ways one can defend themselves. Defending yourself is not only on arms. Using arms is very, very important and necessary, but that is not the only thing. There are so many other ways you can build a defensive mechanism for yourself. There are so many ways you can build a defense for yourself. There are so many things you can put around you to scare your enemy away. There are so many things you can do to scare your enemy away. Begin to study and educate yourself about these things. The United States of Biafra government cannot do everything as we stand. There are certain things the government cannot do for you. There are some issues the government cannot solve for you. There are certain things you have to continue to do on your own to create that very defense until the government response comes. The Liberation Army of Biafra, they are ready, and they are more than ready as we speak. And they are doing their job where necessary. And very soon, it is going to increase. Now that we have the decentralization, you will have the quickest response that you need when anything happens. But before then, before that response, you must have a defensive mechanism so that you can be able to sustain before they arrive. I always say it. There is limitation to what the Liberation Army of Biafra can do today. Our land is still under occupation. We have limited resources. It is important that every single one of us begin to participate. It is very important. It is very important. Happy Sunday, Onyeka. Chris, you're welcome. Thank you for joining. Uche Onyende, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. You're welcome. Please like and share as you join. So, it is very important you put those defensive mechanisms. And that is exactly the direction the government is going. In this time that we are, it is a very delicate time. And you must not occupy your mind with messages that are going to corrupt your mind. It is your responsibility to defend your land under the guidance of the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra have led the guidance, laid down the rules, gives you things that will guide you and direct you on what to do and what not to do. And that is what they are supposed to do. They cannot do everything for you. The United States of Biafra cannot do it. As we speak, there are limitations to what the government can do. They can't do everything for you. In this era, it is what you are going to do for your government that matters. What are you going to do to get that freedom we are talking about? What is your own contribution? What is your contribution? If you are not contributing anything in this struggle, you are not doing yourself any good, any well. And those of them who are not contributing, they are the ones that talk small. They are the ones that ask, what are you doing? What is the government doing? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing? These are the people that get worried more. The people that don't make any contribution. They don't pray for Biafra. They don't evangelize for Biafra. They don't contribute financially. They don't contribute morally. They don't do not even an evangelism. But when you come to your platform or your program, you will see them talking carelessly, asking the government unnecessary questions that are not meant to be. It is time for us to take responsibility. This is not the time to run away. If you feel you cannot be able to stand the heat, or you are exhausted, you can no longer continue, quietly park yourself by the side. Park yourself by the side. Do not go ahead and begin to attack the government. It is not necessary. If you feel you cannot follow the speed of the government, if you feel you cannot understand the direction of the government, quietly keep silent on your own side. That thing you know you can do within your own side to bring that same Biafra, please begin to do it. Begin to do it. At the end of the day, When we get into Biafra land, every one of us will give account of his or her stewardship. Every single thing you do, you are going to give account for what you have done during this time of pursuance of the restoration of Biafra. The most important thing is that let us go ahead, get the recognition required. Biafra has been declared successfully under the government of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, able to transform and declare and get into the United States of Biafra today, still under the government of United States of our President Mazi Simon Ekpa, today led by Dr. Ngozi the Deputy Prime Minister. If you don't understand that, I am sorry. I can't help you. All you need to do is to exercise patience, continue to work and support in your own little way until our Prime Minister joins us. That is what to do. The responsibility of the government of Biafra today is to guide us, is to lead us, and continue to direct us on the affairs of the United States of Biafra, on what we should do, what we should know, and reminds us of things that were forgotten. And that is exactly what the government of Biafra is doing today. So, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, do not be discouraged and do not be deceived. Make sure you pay attention to every single thing that is happening and follow all the platforms of the government. That is the right thing to do, for you to be updated, for you not to be deceived, for you not to be distracted. There are a lot of distractions, a lot of deceptions out there. The only way for you to escape this deception is by paying attention to what is going on. If you pay attention, I bet you nobody is going to deceive you. You are going to be on the right path, and your message is going to sink and be very, very clear more than ever. The United States of Biafra government, under our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, is doing everything that has to be done to see that our message gets to the right place. And we will continue to do so, no matter what the enemies are doing, no matter what they are saying. You must not allow them to distract you. You must not. Do not allow them to distract you. These are updates that are, the updates you are seeing here are updates from the platform of the United States of Biafra, from our X handle. You can see what is written there. The Simon Ekpa-led United States of Biafra has warned the Nigerian government that tagging Biafra agitators as terrorists is a violation of human rights. And that is what it is. Some of us do not know our rights as Biafrans. And it is what the zoo have done. They intentionally make us to run away from our rights. When you do a thing, they will call you a terrorist. When you defend yourself, they call you a terrorist. When you speak up, they call you a terrorist. When you protest, they call you a terrorist. And that has made some people so fearful that today they do not know their right anymore. This report is coming from Daily Post Nigeria. And this is as a result of the speech of our Deputy Prime Minister. That is why the Daily Post made this very point. And one of the things that will guide you and let you know where you stand is because of these reports that are coming from Nigerian newspaper. Whatever the Deputy Prime Minister says, they carry it along and they post it to the wall, and they tell the world who is in charge. You can see, they say Simon Ekpa-led United States of Biafra. Of course, it is the Simon Ekpa Njoko that is the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, which Dr. NgoziOrabueze today is the deputy. And everybody knows it. But sometimes you see Biafrans that are supposed to be propagating this message and be speaking about it, they will be talking on different angle and thinking differently. The earlier you realize your mistakes, the earlier you go to the right path and follow it, the better for you. It is only the United States of Biafra that can save you. Only the United States of Biafra can give us that right that we deserve. Only United States of Biafra can save us from this calamity that is coming. Only United States of Biafra can save us from these atrocities that have been committed by the Zoological Republic. No other person can save you except the state of Biafra. And the earlier we wake up and realize that, the better for every one of us. This is an update from the United States of Biafra platform, and we will go further to continue to analyze what is actually going on. There are informations there. United States of Biafra, you can see, is our platform. And this one, this is it. It said, Biafra, Daily Post is reporting, tagging agitators, terrorists, violation of human rights, EPA's USB to Nigerian government. And this is absolutely what it is. And I'm going to read as written on the government platform. I want to read. Please pay attention. The headline says, Biafra tagging agitation, terrorist, violation of human rights, EPA's United States of Biafra to Nigerian government. The Simon Ekpa-led United States of Biafra has warned the Nigerian government that tagging Biafra agitators as terrorists is a violation of human rights. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, the Deputy Prime Minister and Chief of Staff to the Ekpa-led USB, disclosed this in a statement on her X account on Sunday. She noted that the Nigerian government needs to recognize that Biafrans have the right to life. I say it in all my program. Physically and mentally. Physical and mental integrity, liberty, security of person, as well as the collective right of indigenous people to live in freedom, peace, and security. This comes as Orabueze warned against intimidation, harassment, and attack against Biafrans, emphasizing their right to an identity bill. The United States of Biafra reaffirms the United Nations Declaration. The United States of Biafra reaffirms the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People, which addresses the individual and collective rights of indigenous people. To recognize also that Biafrans have the rights to life, physically and mental integrity, physical and mental integrity, liberty, security of persons, and the collective right of indigenous people to live in freedom, peace, and security is non-negotiable. These are the speech of our Deputy Prime Minister, and I want you to listen carefully on this speech that I'm reading. These are key words that whenever we are online talking, or when you are preaching Biafra to somebody, or when you are talking about self-determination, these are your rights that are being supported by international law that you must not give up. These rights are your rights as a human being, as a Biafran. You must not allow anybody to talk you out of this right. I'm going to take it again and read. The United States of Biafra reaffirmed the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, which addresses the individual and collective rights of indigenous peoples. To recognize also that Biafrans have the right to life, physical and mental integrity, liberty, and security of persons, and the collective right of indigenous peoples to live in freedom, peace, and security is non-negotiable. These rights are non-negotiable. There is no way to negotiate it. You cannot allow anybody to talk you away from this right. The right to life, the right to physical and mental integrity. It is your right. Nobody can take it away. The right to liberty. These are what is backed up by international law. Right to liberty and security of person. You must be secured. It is your right to be secured. And the collective right of indigenous peoples to live in freedom. It is your right to live in freedom, in peace, and security is non-negotiable. You don't negotiate these things. You don't gamble with it. You don't play with it. Nobody can talk you out of it. The United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People emphasizes the importance of meaningfully engaging indigenous people in peace agreement negotiation, transitional justice processes, conflict resolution, mediation, and constructive arrangement, reminding the Zoological Republic what they are supposed to do. This is what the United Nations guarantees. This is what they are supposed to do. They are supposed to be engaging the indigenous people. They are supposed to be reaching agreement and negotiation with the indigenous people. They are supposed to join and talk about transitional justice processes to transit into the United States of Biafra officially without any rancor or fight or loss of life. Conflict resolution, the conflict, the war that is going on between Nigeria and the zoo today. They are supposed to talk of how to resolve the conflict by coming to the sitting table and discuss with the Biafran people. Mediation, seek for mediation. At a point in time, our prime minister have told them to consult Finland, then to mediate. But as it stands today, I don't think that we allow Finland to mediate for us. When our prime minister, before they kidnapped our prime minister, before they took him away, our prime minister told them to talk to Finland to mediate. He gave that open door. The door is still there as permitted by international committees, by international law. But I don't think that Finland, we will not allow them to mediate for us this time. Instead of Finland, the United States will come in to mediate. And constructive arrangement. Then make arrangement on how to pull their criminals away from Biafra land and be on their own. This is what the United Nations, the rights that they have, United Nations, to follow the procedure so that we can exit. We have done our own part. It is in their own hand to do what they are supposed to do. But if they refuse, only God knows what will happen. This follows the rise in intimidation, harassment, and reprisal against Biafran human rights defenders and indigenous leaders. Instead of making these discussions, what they are doing today is intimidation, harassment, reprisal against Biafran human rights defenders and indigenous leaders. That is what they're doing. Instead of listening to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu today, they take him, kidnap him in Kenya. They kept him in solitary confinement for more than going to 5 years now. For almost 5 years, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has been on solitary confinement for no just cause, for no reason, even when he has won the case. We were talking about the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu today. Finland connived with Nigeria and they took Mazen Samanaka away. 90 days, more than 90 days now, without any charges against him. They said they're investigating. More than 90 days. We have not seen any charge against Mazen Samanaka up to this minute. They took him away for no just cause. And this is what they're doing. Instead of engaging constructively with the Biafran people, seeking for solution, plan a transitional way to allow Biafra to be on their own. They didn't. They are busy kidnapping our leaders. They are busy seizing our leaders. They are busy taking our leaders away from us. The United States of Biafra cabinet hereby declare that the crime of being tagged a terrorist for being Biafran by the Nigerian regime or any other government in the world is a violation of basic human rights. That is what it is. Anybody that calls you a terrorist is violating your human rights. Anybody that calls you a terrorist because you are fighting for Biafra, because you are a member of the United States of Biafra, because you carry United States of Biafra ID card, because you are speaking on behalf of United States, anybody that calls you a terrorist violates international law, and that person is abusing your basic human rights, a violation of your basic human rights. That is why most of us come online and we speak boldly about Biafra. That is why we come online and we talk boldly. That is why you see Mazen Nandekano, even in their court, challenge them that he has the right to ask for self-determination. In their court, he told them, I have the right to ask for self-determination. You see Mazen Simon Ekpa, the same thing. Even while he's in Finland, he was asking for self-determination. That is his right. And he continued to pursue it. Today, even with the kidnap of Mazen Nandekano, taken away for our Prime Minister, you see Dr. NgoziOrabueze today standing in front, continuing that same mission of self-determination, setting Biafra free, because it is their right. Anybody that's trying to stop you is violating your basic human right. It's a violation against international law. Nobody has the right to do so. I read it again. The United States of Biafra Cabinet hereby declares that the crime of being tagged a terrorist for being Biafran by the Nigerian regime or any other regime in the world is a violation of basic human rights. Biafrans are free and indigenous people who have every right to their identity, to their freedom, to their membership to the community of world nations on an equal footing. The statement our Deputy Prime Minister made yesterday, very, very clear. You don't have any need to be afraid. When you are coming together to meet together to make donations to secure your land, when you are speaking to promote Biafra, when you're in a different platform talking about Biafra, it is your basic right, and nobody can talk about anybody tagging you terrorist because you are speaking for Biafra is violating your basic human rights, and that's a violation against international law. Some of us did not know this. That is why some people today, they don't go to their platform. You will not see anything about Biafra. They don't post anything about Biafra. Some people are so scared that they can't even use their face and talk about Biafra. Some are still hiding. Those ones who are still hiding, they are even better. It's understandable if they are in the zoo for their own security. But what of you that is living abroad? You are not living in the zoo, but you cannot even come out and speak about Biafra. In your platform, you can't post any single thing about Biafra because you are scared. You don't know your rights. You don't know your rights. So many of us, we lost friends because we are talking about Biafra. We have so many of us lose friends, even family members. They stop talking to you because they're talking about Biafra. They are scared. They make them believe that when you are speaking about Biafra, you are committing a crime. And that is a lie. That is why the cabinet of Biafra came together to pass this bill and speak on this issue yesterday. And I read it again. The United States of Biafra cabinet hereby declares that the crime of being tagged a terrorist for being Biafran by the Nigerian regime or any other government in the world is a violation of basic human rights. And that is true. Biafrans are a free and indigenous people who have every right to their identity, freedom, membership in the community of world nations on an equal footing, the statement claimed. That is what it is. That is exactly what it is. Recall that in November 2024, Ekpa was detained by the Finnish government. Meanwhile, the Emerging African States, OEAS, has called for the release of our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. That is true. The articles are there where the call for his release was made. But what do you see? The criminals gather together and they continue to hold our Prime Minister against his will. They continue to hold our Prime Minister against his will for their own selfish and personal interests. And they want to talk us down to stop asking for our freedom. It is impossible. We will continue to speak and we will continue to ask and we will continue to move on until we are completely free. Today, I thank God that Chukwu Okaba has made it possible for us that even in the midst of their criminality and evil, they still report our messages. The report you are seeing here is from Daily Post, and they are reporting the statement of the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze. It is our right to fight for our freedom. Do not allow anybody to attack you out of it. Do not allow any propagandist, any blackmailer to talk you out of this. What we are doing today is what we are supposed to do. We are standing on the right path. We are following the truth and nothing but the truth. And nobody is going to stop us from pursuing that which is ours. Wherever you are as a Biafran, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okike Abiama, everything you see or you hear, do not be moved. The days ahead is going to be tougher than you expect. The days ahead is going to be tough. You are going to see so many things that is going to discourage you. You are going to see so many more intimidations. But I bet you, do not be intimidated. Do not be discouraged. They are going to come with different styles. They are going to come with different agendas. They are going to come from different angles. I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okike Abiama. So please stay strong. The Zoological Republic is at war with the Biafran people. The intimidation and atrocities of the government of Nigeria is before the whole world, even though they turn their blind eyes towards it because of their own selfish interests. The atrocities of the Zoological Republic government and their police is in the public. The atrocities in the public. I am going to share one of those atrocities so that you can see what the Nigerian so-called police are doing to a citizen, an unarmed civilian. Unarmed civilian. You can imagine the way the police are marching an unarmed civilian, somebody who didn't do anything to them. They are weakening his bone, breaking his bones for no just cause. Whatever crime he has committed, look at them, about 5 or 6 of them policemen, holding an innocent man. Even if he has committed any crime, what do? Do you need to torture him? Do you have to torture him to this extent? Do you have to abuse him to this extent? Why not take him and pass through the law as usual? And this thing you are seeing is happening in Biafra land. You see the way they are matching his hands? You see the way they are stepping on his hands and stepping on his legs? Stepping on his hands and legs. These are wicked criminals. These are bunch of terrorists. When we say that the Nigerian military and police are terrorists, you will not understand. You won't understand the way they behave, the way they act. You won't understand. These are a bunch of terrorists. There's nothing short of terrorists. And look at the right up there. He said, Nigerian police just overdo for this country. See person papa. That is what they are doing. Look at how they are torturing an innocent person. And the Punch is reporting this. Let's see what the Punch is writing. Punch wrote, video. Police interrogate officers filmed handling civilian in Abia. I told you it's in Abia State. In Abia State, look at how they are torturing an innocent man. They are investigating. What are they going to come up with the investigation? After this investigation, nothing will be done. They will still be going about abusing and insulting people and destroying lives. You see, the Abia State Command, Abia State Police Command, has taken action following a video on Facebook showing police officers allegedly manhandling a civilian. The incident was said to have occurred along Lagos Street in Umuahia on February 20th, as the footage quickly gained attention on social media. This thing happened on 20th February, just a few days ago. And when they tell you that they have arrested a policeman, nothing will be done. Tomorrow you will see them back in the street abusing another person. Tomorrow you will see these people on the street abusing another citizen. And it is mostly in Biafra land. This assault and abuse is mostly in Biafra land. You see the way they treat innocent citizens. Look at the way they are matching his hand and legs. Is this not wickedness? Wickedness of the highest level. And this is how they do. He's even lucky they didn't shoot him. In some cases, they will shoot the person. In some cases, they will shoot the person to death. And the next thing they will do is that they will tag him IPOB. When they tell you that the person is a member of IPOB, you can't even, the case will not go to court, it don't go to anywhere, and that is the end of it. You will not talk about it anymore. These are the kind of incidents we are seeing and we have continued to see. And this is why we do not want to be part of this zoological republic. We don't want to be part of it. A terrorist country where terrorists are recruited into the military. And when you see the way they behave, without being told, you will know that these are a bunch of terrorists. Bunch of terrorists. That's what they are. These are a bunch of terrorists. And there is no way you can help them. Nigeria pegged as most deadly. Yeah, that is it. It's not just pegged, that is the truth and nothing but the truth. That's the truth. Nigeria pegged. Sorry. What's happening? Nigeria pegged as most deadly country for Christians in humanitarian agencies report. Nigeria pegged most deadly country for Christians in humanitarian agencies report. You know, when we talk about this issue, some people think we are making it up. We don't make up anything. We are bringing facts, reality, the truth, and nothing but the truth. The loss of life of Biafrans on daily basis that nobody gives account. When they talk about Christians, who are those Christians? These are Biafrans. Biafrans are 99% Christians. Some people will argue on the comment section. But no matter how you say, when you come to Christians in Nigeria, when you talk about Christians in Nigeria, Biafrans are 90%. If you talk about the Christians in Nigeria, Biafrans are 90%. Okay, let me say Biafrans are 80%. The other 20% are from other areas. The other 20% are from other areas. Every other area is 50-50 with the Muslims. 50-50. In the southwest, it is 50-50 with the Muslims. In the north, they are it's around 80-20 or so. So when you talk about Christians in Nigeria, you are talking about the Biafrans. Anytime you hear about this loss of life of Christians, deadly attack on Christians, it is referring to the Biafrans. Even in those northern regions where they intimidated, go and check. You will see that it is the Biafrans there. This is something that has been happening again and again and again, and nobody seems to be paying attention. But when we talk about it, some people think we are making words up. It's not made up word. This information are in their own newspaper. In their own newspaper, you go to their newspaper, you see these informations. You know, when we talk about it, we seem as if we are just making it up. We don't make anything up. In their own newspaper, you go there, you see these informations. They are there for you. It's just for you to read it and you see it. They are there. This is what is happening in the Zoological Republic. Nigeria is the deadliest nation for Christians, replacing the totalitarian state of North Korea. Can you imagine? Comparing Nigeria intimidation against Christians to North Korea. You know North Korea, where Kim Jong-un is. How many of you don't know about North Korea? Today, they say that Nigeria is the deadliest nation for Christians, replacing totalitarian state of North Korea, according to humanitarian non-profit groups' latest annual report on the persecution of Christians around the world. Are you surprised to hear that? That the persecution of Christians in Nigeria is greater than what we have in North Korea. Who doesn't know North Korea? Who doesn't know the story of North Korea? If Nigeria could overthrow North Korea in persecution of Christians, you know what it is. And these Christians they're talking about, they are Biafrans. I'm telling you that 80% of the Christians in Nigeria are Biafrans. Go and verify for yourself. They are Biafrans. They are. 80%. Wherever you see them, you go to the north, go to the churches in the north. The people that fill those churches there, they are Biafrans. Go to the southwest, people that fill that church, they are Biafrans. Any place you go in Nigeria, the people that dominate the churches, the Christians, are Biafrans. It's not an exaggeration. Go and make your own findings and come back and tell us what you saw. Global Christian Relief, Global Christian released. It's 2025. This is 2025. Oh, maybe some people will say it's an old one. This is the latest one, not the old one. This is the latest one. Global Christian Relief released its 2025 red list. 2025 red list of the most dangerous country for Christians on Tuesday. Just this Tuesday, they released this thing. Using verified data to document killings, arrests, forced displacement, and attack on properties. Over the past 2 years, Nigeria has become the most intolerant environment for Christians, with nearly 10,000 believers killed, primarily by extremist groups like Boko Haram and Islamic State affiliates. Are you surprised to see that? Are you surprised to see that? With all these things that are here, somebody will still come and be fighting against Biafrans and tell us not to move away from the zoo. When we are talking about our independence, some idiots will come and tell us not to do. In all these things, you see the persecution of Mazen Nandekano today. Finland have joined them. Finland have joined the crew and persecuting Mazen Simon Ekpa. And already we know that Finland is persecuting Christians in their own land. They are persecuting Christians too. So that is why it was easy for them to ignore all laws. And today they kidnap our prime minister. We are going to be calling the kidnap because you can't hold somebody for 3 good months now without any case, without any charges. It is now turning to a kidnap. Attacks historically have been concentrated in the Muslim majority north of the West African nations. Still, they have spilled over into the Christian south of Nigeria, Africa's most populated country, according to Open Doors UK, a Christian humanitarian organization based in Britain. You see, this report is coming from the Britain. Oh, the criminals that are holding or that say we should not move away from Nigeria. They know these atrocities are going on and they still want us to remain in Nigeria. This report is coming from the UK. That's where this report is coming from. Boko Haram and the Islamic State, West Africa province, both aligned with the Islamic State military group, specifically target Christians and use tactics like killing Christians men to destabilize families and communities. Open Doors route in 2022. This is going on. And they are doing this in the north. They are extending it to the south. How they are extending it in Biafra land today, they are using their Boko Haram men in uniform. This same thing you see them doing in the northern part. Because they cannot have a foothold in Biafra style, they use their uniform. That is why you see Hopo Zodema and Soludo have joined them today to destroy lives and property. They destroy your property. They burn your house. Once there is an information, just because they say you're a member of IPOB, just because you're asking for your self-referendum, you're asking for your freedom, you're asking for self-determination, they destroy your house. They destroy your business. They take your life. The same thing that is playing out in the Southeast. And the UK is very much aware because the body that is making this report is based in UK. And yet, we are calling for disintegration of the zoo, that everybody should be on their own to exist. They don't want to listen. Meanwhile, environmental pressure are pushing Fulani herdsmen southward, igniting conflict with Christian farmers. Militant factions have turned this dispute into ethnic and religious violence, further devastating Christian regions, humanitarian group report. This is where they play their game. This issue of environmental pressure is a lie. This environmental pressure issue is a lie. There is no environmental pressure on those people that is bringing them. The only thing that is bringing them to Biafra land is their wickedness. They want to take over our land. It has nothing to do with environmental whatever. If they were ready to be and develop it, they can. There is nothing they are looking for Biafra land that cannot get it. Is it water? Look at Libya. Libya transformed themselves. Gaddafi built a man-made river. Look at Dubai. Dubai, you see, was a desert before. The whole money that these idiots are stealing in Nigeria, why don't they use it to construct a dam or irrigation that will give them the water they will use for their cattle and whatever? Why are they not talking about that? Even when they were told to build ranches, they were told build ranch, they said they will not ranch, that they will continue to carry their cow all the way from the north and walk to the south and be destroying people's property. And this man here will be telling me about, it has nothing to do with environmental pressure. There is no environmental pressure in the north. The agenda is to take over the land of Biafra, the land filled with milk and honey. That is the agenda. It has nothing to do with any this nonsense you're talking about. No environmental pressure on them. There is not like, if it's environmental pressure, they should have embraced ranching that was given. Embrace ranching. When you ranch, you can use irrigation to even cultivate your grass. There was even a time they said they're going to import grass from Brazil or whatever. These things can be done, and they have vast land. They have a vast land where they can be able to generate any amount of water they need. Environmental pressure has nothing to do with this criminality you are seeing. It has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with it. This is where they bring the deception, and I disagree with that part of the report. In Global Christian Relief, 2025 Red List, African nation occupying the top 4 spot for the world most dangerous countries for Christians in order. Nigeria, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Mozambique, Ethiopia. Russia is ranked number 5. You can imagine, when Nigeria ranked ahead of North Korea, it should be a concern to you. And when we talk and say we are going out of the zoo, somebody will tell me, why are you saying that? Why are you trying to go out? Why are you trying to? You are an idiot. And we must get out of the zoo. Whether they like it or not, we will get out of the zoo. You're welcome, my beloved brother Greg. Thank you for joining me, Greg. It's a Sunday sermon. I just came in briefly on Sunday sermon to have a chat and talk. So, my brother Greg, go ahead and speak to us. Let's hear you. We cannot hear you, my brother Greg. We can't hear you. Let's hear you if you're there. Are you there, Greg? Greg, I'm not hearing you. We can't hear you. We cannot hear you, Greg. We cannot hear you. Try to check your device. Check your device. Check your device, Greg. We can't hear you. So, my fellow Biafrans, there are a lot of issues, a lot of evil that is happening, and these are the reasons why we cannot continue to be part of this zoological republic. We cannot continue to be part of it. No matter how they try to drag us, no matter the kind of name they call us, no matter their intimidation, we will not fall for it. We will never fall for it. They can call us any name they like. They can use anything to blackmail us. We will never fall for it. And we will continue to fight for our freedom. My brother Greg, are you there? I can't hear you. I don't know what is happening with your set. I can't hear you, my brother Greg. Your voice is not coming out, not at all. Your voice is not coming out. We can't hear you. We cannot hear you. Your voice is not coming out. Your voice. Please, people on the comment section, can you hear him? If you can hear Greg, let me know. If you can hear our brother, Those who are in the comment section, if you can hear him, type and let me know if you can hear me, because I can't hear him at all. I cannot hear a single word. Just type on the comment section and let me know if you can hear him. I cannot hear him. Or let me check for one. Okay. Yeah. Greg, nobody is hearing you. No, they said they can't hear you. I can't hear you either. So the problem is not from my side. It's not from my side, Greg. It should be from your device. So, my fellow Biafrans, I appreciate every one of you that have joined us on this very evening program. Some of these things, we need to be talking about it and bring it before you. These are the challenges we are facing. Our enemies are not sleeping. They are fighting us from different angles, from all corners. But we will never, ever give up. No matter what they say, no matter what they do, we will not give up. We will continue to move on and continue to speak and continue to preach this gospel until we get to our destination. You're welcome, Chidi. Are you there? Go ahead and speak to us. Let's hear you.
Good evening.
Good evening. You're welcome.
Yeah, I just want to greet you. I'm here.
Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. We can't hear you, Chidi. Are you still there?
No, I say I'm here. I will put my after.
Okay.
I will say something.
Okay. Greg, are you back?
Yeah. I'm doing something right now. Yeah.
Okay. Bro, Greg, are you there? Can you hear me, Greg? Oh, what is happening with Greg today? Greg, Greg, they don't want you to speak today, or they don't want you to speak. I don't know why they are holding my beloved brother Greg. They don't want him to make his contribution. Sometimes it is like that. That are the challenges we face on daily basis on this media. Sometimes there are challenges that comes, and whenever they come, we have to be patient and face it and resolve it. The enemies are always trying to make sure they stop us, and no matter how they try, we will continue to defeat them. We will continue to defeat them. So as you can see, what you are watching now is the platform of our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, and she's posting some updates. This update is coming from the report of what she said yesterday, the comment she made yesterday during the fundraising. The whole news is carrying the information, and they are reporting it on different news fora. They are carrying the news and they are reporting it, tagging Biafran terrorist violation of human rights. Exactly, that is what it is. That is what it is. Each time you tag a Biafran terrorist, you are violating human rights. This one is authority reporting. Labeling Biafrans as terrorists violates human rights. USB warned Nigerian government. Exactly. And these informations are just the truth. This is just how it is. People's Daily also said, tagging Biafran terrorist violation of human rights. ECPA's United States of Biafra government. This is the speech of our Deputy Prime Minister yesterday. And you can see it is all over the media. All over the media. It's being reported all over the media. And no matter how they try, they can never, ever stop us. I can see Mazi Chibueze. You're welcome, Mazi Chibueze. Thank you for joining us. Can we hear from you?
Thank you, my brother, for the good work you are doing.
You're welcome, my brother.
You're welcome, my brother. Happy Sunday.
Same to you, my brother. Go ahead, speak to us. Let's hear your view.
Thank you, my brother. And it's like I'm being silent a little bit. Now, really, that I wanted to be silent. There is one proverb our people says that someone when something is spinning him or her is the one to say, I am feeling pain.
That's true.
You don't have to expect people to come to you and say you are feeling pain. It's you who owns your body. And when you say it, you have to be serious about it. That there is no play. You have to, say it as it is.
Yeah.
People will support you. Some people will not support you. You're not going to look at the people who are not going to support you. You're going to look at the people who are going to support you to be able to draw strength from there. All my, words and my narratives goes to the way our peoples are acting, the way they're planning. I don't know what is in their mind. Our people keep on hoping on people coming to help. Of our brother playing the comment of the UN president, what he says about the Africans who have been a victim of this session, which we know they can say it in order to curl favor themselves, but that's not enough. That doesn't go any. That doesn't make a thing to us. We know this, and going to help us because of what they are getting from us.
That's right.
What do we do? Do we have to fold our hand and help us? Does that make sense? It doesn't make any sense. The only thing that can help us is when we show strength. I know that our strength is not going to be equal with their own, but we have to show them that it's not going to work. Even if it's working for them, it's no longer going to work again. We have, at least we are wake up. Now it's no longer 1960s. No. There is a lot we can do. It's just like I always give this narratives of how things were going before. Wazirike, Mazin, and the kind of when they came, early stage, everybody were carrying blanket. What was going on? Rallies. They kill us. Who we are going to them. They don't listen to us because they never take us serious. When they start taking us serious is when we raise up army. When we give them back what they give to us. Then you hear them, they start talking about us. And Mazi Samuel, our prime minister, said it, is give them back to what they give to us. They feel the pain, then they start talking about us. Now, what do? They change it in order to hold us. That's how they have been doing right from time. And do we have to see it because they have hold our prime minister, say, oh, we will not do anything? No. And thank God, God raise another hero again. Our lioness, our DPM, who is all we got to do is to help her, support her in any way we can. What we gonna do? If the government, I am appealing to them, if they can, if people can even group themselves, not only government does something, or individuals can do something. Get union. What do we have to do? How do we group our people? Which sector needs help right now? Right now, people that need help is media need help, publicity need help, the military need help. We can help them. It's not only when we go expose them. No, when you come to our government, they're always sensitive about that. Say, oh, don't talk about the military. There are people who cannot talk about the military. It's not people who knows about military. There are ways we can talk about military without revealing our plan or our source or our method. There are things that we can talk that can help us.
Yes.
How do we be able to get our people trained? How do we be able to get people help us? We can do those things. It's not only the military. The military cannot do that. It's we outside that can be able to do that. Organize ourselves, get involved, make things happen. Because the people only in government cannot do this alone. But I want them at least have that a little flexibility so that we can be able to attract people to help us. Anybody who knows influencers, we can talk to, who can go interview people in our government, like setting up an interview with our DPM or someone. We can have surrogates. We can have what they call them, people who can represent the media, who can go and give interview and speeches about our government. That will help to create awareness. We are not going to wait for the West to come and help us.
Not at
because
all.
they are going to help us in any way, shape, or form, because this is where they eat from. It's like taking away money from their mouth. I'm talking about the government. I'm not talking about individuals. There are individuals who will be able to sympathize with us, help us in many ways, because we need something. We need fighters. We need people who can help us to fight. When Ukraine problem land, what happened? Zelensky called people all over the world. Come, if you come and help us and fight, we are going to honor you. It happened. People troop off from all over the world, went there to help them. Some people are still there. That's what we need to do in our publicity, get our people, because we need to get some areas that belongs to us that we control. We need some local government. We need some states. We can say capture that. They cannot enter there. Yes, that being our base. Because when we give back to them woto, the way they were giving to us, you will hear them talking about them. But if we are not giving them pen, they will not talk to us. They will not talk about us. Before, what were they calling us? They call us a dot. Now they don't call us a dot again because something is happening. When we increase the level we respond to them, you will hear them. That is when the UN will come to our aid. If we have never started to fleet pens in them seriously, UN is not going to come. International community will not come. They can only come when things are happening. I just urge people who are in governments who can be able to listen to say, here, this is what we got to do. If our groups can ask every department, what you guys need most that we can help. We can group ourselves. Look at what we need. Yeah, look at what it could cost. People can pay themselves. If one person cannot do it, we can group ourselves like 5, 2, 3 people, get that thing and give to them and make sure something is happening. But we have to have people who can be able to account for what they're doing. I am not, and that notion says, oh, we can't say anything. Oh, it's not this time. No, let your people who you are leading know what you are doing so that they will be happy, know that something is happening, and they will be able to do more. Thank you, my brother. I yield my mic here.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. You have spoken well. Your speech is amazing and is on point. You just said exactly what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said when he went to the United Nations to confront some heavyweights, they told him to go and start doing something. That he should go and start doing something. If you don't do something, nobody's going to come. Yes. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went for that to tell them that we fought war for 3. They told him, you fought war for 3 and you stopped. Why did you stop? Why did you stop? Mm-hmm. That was when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came back to form the ESN and begin to follow the right direction, just like what you're saying. What you're just saying is just the template that is on ground, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself started. He made this statement on it. I have the video here. The video is not very close. The message is not very close. I would have played it. When he confronted the heavyweight United Nations, they told him, go back home and start doing something. Until you let the world know that your freedom, what's your life. they will never come to your aid. That is why once Nankana came and said, like, they will kill us, we will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra will come. And you see the game change when Mazi Simon Ekpa activated self-defense to the highest level. The game changed. He didn't hide it. And he promised them that after the declaration, it will even be worse. And they knew what was coming. That was why they connived with Finland and they took him away from us. But I bet you the government is going back to that strategy and they are working tirelessly. Just like you said, everybody have a responsibility. And in due course, information will be passing and everybody will contribute and do what they have to do. Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you so much for that line of thought. You have spoken well. My brother Greg, are you there? Greg, are you there? Let's see if we can hear you. I don't know what's wrong with your set today.
I don't know. Good evening.
Finally, we can hear you.
Am I coming out?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Wow. Unbelievable. I don't know what happened. Yes, thank you for this evening. Okambede. I thank God. I thank my brother that is in the house. I thank Biafrans. Greetings. Happy Sunday. And new week that is on the way. Yes, I see your topic. You know, there is one thing I don't understand with our people. Our people's brain is what I can just understand. When I just have time and meditate on the confession of Babangida, you know, they gave Nigeria the worst country in the world where Christians are being penalized and killed. Then I reflect my mind with the confession of Ibrahim Babangida, the former head of state, Nigeria, in the years of 90s to 95, before 94 he ended his regime, or thereabout. This is the man that took Nigeria to Islamic country. I think, if I might be correct.
Yeah, OIC.
It was Bangida. OIC. Now, this is the man that he participated in Nigerian Biafran war that was killed about how many millions of Biafrans, both women and children and men. This is the man that know that the coup that is today confessing that was not Igbo coup. And before this Nigerian Biafran war, this coup had happened, and this coup is among of the things that caused Nigerian Biafran war. And he was among the people that committed genocide against the Christian Biafrans. Until from 1970 to 1983 or thereabout, when did he took over? So it took about 13 to 14, 15 years before he came back to as Nigerian head of state. And this is the man that made sure that every business in the East died. You know, people don't remember. Their mind is always very easy to shift from what is happening against the Igbos and Biafrans. This is the man that came to East and said, "Oh, that these people that the people were killed and we destroyed everything in Biafra land. How come that when he entered, he started seeing four-story buildings everywhere?" And Buhari Bangida went back. What did he do? He went back and said he is shifting Lagos capital to Abuja, and he makes sure that every port that is in the East the Warri port, the Calabar port, the Port Harcourt port was completely dead. They make sure that nothing happens in that port. He shifted everything to destroy main market and all the eastern business. He killed it. He said Bangida. He made sure that every business, Igbo businessman moved to Lagos and Abuja, whether you like it or not. This is the man that ruled Nigeria for 8 good or more years. And today, he cancelled the elected Abiola from the south, even though he's a Muslim. He cancelled that election. Today, he come to confess to you, to tell you that the coup that caused Nigerian Biafran war, part of it caused Nigerian Biafran war, was actually not Igbo coup. It was Nigerian coup, planned to hand over to Abiola. The same people that used Abiola to make sure that the Biafrans died. So, this, our people don't understand. This is game. He's a Maradona. He want to change the narrative again. Number one, he tell you that the coup was not Igbo coup, that now it was a coup to bring Abiola from the south to the power. Now he come again, he tell you that he's sorry that it was Abacha, for Abacha to be in power. That is why he annulled the June 12th election. And the so-called the Biafrans and some of the Yorubas are buying that, still looking at that man. And some were donating billions. I read in the newspaper that it was $17 billion naira was generated in that very demonic this thing he did. So now, how did the killing of the Christians start? That is the question. Have the Christians, mainly the Biafrans, actually asked themselves, this Bangida, they came now to start telling you that the Igbo coup was not the coup was not Igbo coup. Why were the Igbos killed before that coup? What was the reason why that the Igbos were killed? Why did Bangida not question? Why did the man said for him to give an Igbo man job, it's better for him to hire a foreign missionary? And he's coming now to tell you that the coup was not Igbo coup, it was Nigerian coup trying to put Abiola in power, Bangida Awolowo in power. And that he's sorry for the June 12th election. Do you know how many Igbos that business destroyed and life destroyed during that 1995 or 94 Abiola problem? The Yorubas are talking about the Abiola that died. But a lot of people lost their life, lost their properties. When Abiola said he will fight with his last blood, and a lot of Igbo people think that Abiola will have the capacity to fight for his mandate. A lot of them started relocating their business to the east. A lot of them died in protests and in a lot of these things because of that cause. And today, Bangida is coming to tell us that it was not Igbo coup, it was Nigerian coup trying to store. So the problem with our people have is whenever they overcome some things that happen, they will forget it. And they're not asking themselves questions. Many of them are not asking somebody, if you go to that money they donated in that his library that he opened and the book he wrote, you will find out that majority of people that donated money there that raised that 17 billion naira, if they will come, most of them will come from the south. And majority the Biafrans. So it's a shame that our people is being so stupid. Look at what happening between in Igbo land, precisely. Uzodimma, what do you call him? Soludo, and all the Eastern governors. Look at what they went through, or we through what they, I don't know the name. Tell the Ebonyi people that they should not retaliate. They should not retaliate for 1,000 people that were killed. How many people that were killed? They should not retaliate for the killings of since 1950s to 1960 to 70 to 80 to 90 to 2000 to 2025. That they should not retaliate because they want to retain power. Because they want to be in power. Because he wants to position himself for after when he rule for two term, he will go for Senate or he will have appointment. And he doesn't. He will send his people and give with the life of his people in order to retain in corridor of power. What do you think that Soludo is doing? Now make him to form what do you say? We don't want to check our chamber. Which chamber are going to? If not today, Northerners will be killing the Christians, and then still will be helping them to kill the Christians without nobody questioning. So that is why it pains me when some of us group ourselves to fight for our people, to fight for the Biafra to come, and people will come out and start to, destroying what we are doing, trying to attack the people who are doing the real thing that will make us to achieve our aim, and they will be attacking that person only because they put some change in their pocket or because they want to be in position, in power, when the Biafra have not come. So it's terrible. So like the bill that was passed yesterday, it's shame that the Westerners who are targeting Nigeria, the worst country in the world now where Christians can be killed, are not standing up for the Biafrans. They are not really standing on their feet to fight for this country that want to separate themselves from those killings. Instead, they will only put it on the news, and the people will hear it, and they're not doing anything. They will help the same government that are tagging us terrorists because we are fighting for our rights, fighting for our freedom. What happened? What stopped them? Those people that rated Nigeria as the worst country for the Christians in the whole world. What stopped them from calling on that power that is now Asorok and tell him to look into the agitations of our people? None of them been able to stand up and say, "Why are you holding Mandis Nandekano? Why must you arrest Simon Ekpa in Finland? Bring these people out and go into negotiation with them and talk to know how you can solve your problem." No, they will only come out and tell us Nigeria is the worst country for the Christians, but they are not doing anything about it. So for me, they are only propaganda. So I don't actually believe in all those their nonsense report. So that is my own take on that. Thank you for now.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for that amazing contribution. And I think this evening program is already late here. I wanted to do it for just 1 hour, but I've been here for 1 hour 30 minutes. So I'm going to try to round it up now so that I can do some other things I have to do for it. Tomorrow I will have my normal program in the morning hours. We will start our program 8:30 or 9 a.m. until they're about in 2 hours or 3 hours, depending on how we carry it along. So I'm going to round out the program now. And my fellow Biafrans that have joined us, I appreciate every one of you. And before we round it up, I will allow my beloved brother, Mazi Chibweze, to give us your closing remark and address Biafrans before we leave.
Thank you, Mazi Chus, for the good work you are doing. And for those who are still thinking somehow, and our brother, your submission, I love what you said. But I just want to let you know this, just like what I said before about if you are looking for help from your oppressor, it's not going to happen. It's just like what our DPM did recently. He sent a letter to Nigerian government to inform them our declaration. He is not informing them that they are coming to help us. No, it's just to complete the paperwork that
Exactly.
we notify them. They know. They cannot deny say they don't know. Because
Yes.
if someone asks, that was the purpose of that letter. Some people who don't know the concept now can be able to go and talk nonsense, whatever in their mind. But let me tell you, my brother, if you go back to the history, because history never lies, these are our oppressors. They keep us in where we are. The ones, both Nigerians that they're using and our own elite that they're using, is because of their plan. All the unions that they have formed, G7, G5, European Union, or UN, all these are plans to keep us where we are. If you check the history, British is the highest gold pile in the world. Do they have anywhere the mining gold in Britain?
Not at
No.
all.
They stole it all from our place. Let me tell you one thing you don't know, people don't know. How many minerals resources is in Nigeria alone? I'm not talking about other countries. Check. We have oil, we have gold, we have diamond, we have uranium, we have California, the highest one. Do you know what brings Boko Haram? People thinking Boko Haram is terrorists. That's what they call them. Boko Haram is not, they call it terrorists to confuse people. If they are terrorists, why does NGOs go there? Sambisa Forest. I serve in the military. I was there. I know. I'm an officer. So the Europe people, Europeans, the white people, West, they go to Sambisa Forest, London with their helicopter. If those are terrorists, why do they go there? Do you know what goes out from Nigeria? Did you hear what the governor of Zamfara said before? Go and check. You can do your research. He says, we know these people doing this. They live with us. Do you know mineral resources that is in Zamfara? The NGOs go there all the time. What are they going there for? They are the people mining all your resources. Who are those? Those are the Westerners. But they will be playing you. The gullible ones who know nothing will think, oh yeah, the West is with us. No, they are like the small Belgian rat that will be eating you in the night and blowing you cold, and you think nothing happened until when you match your leg on the ground, you know that the rat have eaten you. This is who they are. So do not think that they are there. They are there to milk your resources and keep you where you are. Go and do your research. Stop thinking you have somebody, a friend somewhere. No, it's only when you raise up to the occasion, they will be able to give you your respect that you deserve. It is hard time that we ought to know that nobody's going to fight this fight for us. When we fight, they can come to immediate. But when you have not done anything, nobody is coming to immediate. They can immediate if they see the fire is over. Thank you, my friends. Thank you, lovers of freedom. Thank you, Biafrans. And we are calling for the world, everybody who loves freedom should come to our aid. Your help, your better sense of reasoning will never be forgotten. We will always remember you for what you have stand for what you have done for us, and we will make the world a better place. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that speech. Biafrans, I appreciate you. I expect to see you more. My brother Greg, go ahead and give us your closing remark as we round up.
Yes, thank you, Juice, and my brother who have just spoken. You just said it all. I just want to let the whole world know that not that we are expecting them to come and fight for us. But what I'm trying to say, they let them not disturb us anytime we rise to fight, as they are disturbing us through Simon Ekpa. So if they are giving that Nigeria is a war for the Christians, and somebody who is rise up to fight for those Christians, not even killing any civilian or doing any criminality, then they knew that the petition that was written against him was lie, and they are still holding him. So that is where I'm angry with them. So why must they hold somebody who rise up to fight for that Christian that they knew that they are being oppressed? The country is oppressing them in their own land. So that is my anger. Because the Northerners are very clever. Just like this Bangida, what he did. He knows what he did. And he's coming out to pretend. Just like my brother Chu said here, that they are pretending that because of the climate, because of the weather, they cannot have their distance in their own empty lands in the north. But rather they prefer using their cows, walking up and down everywhere, and destroying people's farm and destroying people's property. Only just to planning to seize people's land, at the same time use their evil agenda of Islamization. That was the only agenda. Otherwise, tell me any part of the world where people are still talking about carrying cow up and down, and they cannot do it in their land. If the human beings there can survive, why would the animals not survive? If they know how they feed themselves, they can as well feed the animals in their land. Where are they getting all the leaves they're using to make their food and their crops and everything? Is it not the same thing that the animals eat? So why wouldn't they stay in their place and do it in a very new modern system? You know, but they're not doing it, but because they have agenda. The agenda is to seize people's land, drive them away from their ancestral home, and seize their land and occupy their land and force them into Islam. So that is the only game. Otherwise, you cannot tell me that somebody cannot arrange himself and go into a training and know how to raise all those cows and all those things and do it as their own private business. Instead, they want it to be everybody's business because they are raising cow. So that is the problem. So I think our people, it's time that our people understand what is on the ground and continue fighting. If you're in the town, if you're in the village, anywhere you are, rise up and stand against this evil thing that the Eastern governors are welcoming in our land. Let the land reject them, because the land reject them now. It's only remain for the citizens themselves to say no. Since the land of Biafra reject them, let the citizens themselves reject them as well. That is my message to them. Thank you, my brother Choose. Let me allow you to go for your own business. You are doing a wonderful work for coming out this evening. May God bless you and bless all the Biafrans. And keep marching down the kind of brother Simon Ekpa, and more wisdom to our DrNgoziOrabueze, the DPM, and all the cabinets, and all the Biafrans and the men on the ground. May God be our strength all. That is my prayer today, Sunday. In Christ's name I pray.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. Fellow Biafrans, I appreciate everybody that have joined us on this program today, and I hope you have prayed for us during your services, wherever you are. Some are still preparing to go to church. Some have come back, and some are now still getting ready. So wherever you are, even if you are still in the church, don't forget to pray for Biafra, and don't forget to support the United States of Biafra. Continue to make your contributions. We are already there. Just like my brothers have said today on this program, everything I have said is the way it is. Nobody is going to help you. You will do it for yourself. We must start doing something before we do. Police Police there something must be happening before you see police arrive. That thing that is supposed to happen is what we are trying to provoke. And wherever you are as a Biafran, prepare yourself, tighten your belt. We must fight this battle to conclusion. May Chukwu Okike Abia guide and protect all the Biafrans. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. DrNgoziOrabueze. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you so much for being part of this program. See you again tomorrow morning by the special grace of Chukwu Okike. Join us on our morning program that starts from 8:30 to 9 o'clock. We'll start from within that time, and then we can spend 2-3 hours. Please join us tomorrow morning, and we continue to preach this gospel. Thank you, and stay blessed. See you next.
Oh, Mama Biafra, where you dey? We dey wait for you to come our way. Simon Ekpa, you dey fight like lion, keeping Biafra safe from Zion. Oh, Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. We Simon Ekpa we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout. Mama Biafra, yeah, I'll call no doubt. Enemies close, but we stand up tall. Together we rise, we no go follow. Oh, Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Freedom now before it's too late. In unity we go they strive. Fight for freedom, we go alive. With courage and strength we they fight. Mama Biafra, our guiding light. Oh, Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. With Simon Ekpa we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout. Mama Biafra, yeah, I call no doubt. Enemies close but we stand tall. Together we rise, we no go fall.